Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I know it's been a while, but this video is one I was excited to do. There's a gentleman that went on TikTok and he proposed what would happen if Black women stopped buying hair product for just 1 month. Have you seen it? Let's take a look.
Buying hair products for imagine if Black women all across the world stopped buying hair products for 1 month, just one. Here's what would happen day by day. We'll never guess what happens by day 30. Day 1, major retailers panic. Beauty supply stores, Amazon, even Tesco and Target see a dip. They start calling emergency meetings and wondering if it's a boycott. Day 2 to 4, Korean and South Asian owned distributors start calling store owners and wondering what's going on with these orders. Meanwhile, social media is flooded with DIY hair care tips, product swaps, and natural styles. Day 5 to 7, stocks start sitting still and weekly targets are getting missed. So online stores try and do flash sales, but Black women aren't budging. Days 8 to 12, media picks it up, think pieces drop, and news segments with headlines saying Black beauty dollar disappearing. And those influencers, the ones who were silent, they start picking sides. Days 13 to 17, some beauty store owners start posting public apologies. Others double down. We've always supported the community. And a few offer Black brands better shelf placements out of fear. Days 18 to 21, smaller Black-owned hair care brands start to see a surge. Those ones who are still handmade and sell directly to consumer. Instagram and TikTok lives are flooded with founders, recipe sharing, and real talks about ingredients. Days 22 to 25, big brands start panicking. Emails start going out to their multicultural consultants. Shout apology rebrands. We hear you, we see you. Basically, just buy us again. Days 26 to 29, store revenue between the US and the UK beauty sector drop millions. You guys are making me want to start a revolution. Investors start to notice, product managers and retail buyers get fired. Quiet calls start to go out. Can we partner with Black founders now? Day 30, a full month later, and it's clear. The Black beauty consumer isn't just a niche. She is the market. And for once, she knows it. We talk about power, but if we decided to actually use it, are you deep in that? Game over. Follow if you're done watching passively. We decode the myth, and we don't clap for crumbs.
So I saw that, right? And I'm like, well, yes, let's do it. And I figured I'd ask ChatGPT, what would happen if Black women stopped buying hair care products for just 30 days? And this is what ChatGPT said. If Black women collectively stopped buying hair care products for 30 days, it would create a noticeable shockwave in the beauty and personal care industry, both culturally and economically, because of how large and influential that consumer base is. Here's the breakdown of what could happen. Number 1, economic impact on the beauty industry. Major sales drop. Black women are among the highest per capita spenders on hair care. In the US, Black consumers spend billions annually on hair products, especially those for textured hair, with women being the largest share. A sudden halt for even 1 month could wipe out tens of hundreds of millions in revenue. Impact on specific brands. Black hair-focused brands, as well as large companies like L'Oreal, Procter & Gamble, Shea Moisture, and others would notice sales dips in their ethnic care divisions almost immediately. Retailers feel it too. Stores like Sally Beauty, Target, Walmart, and beauty supply shops that rely heavily on Black hair care sales would see sudden slowdowns in traffic and revenue. Number 2, supply chain ripple effects. Overstock issues. With sales tax frozen, warehouses and store shelves would have excess inventory, forcing companies to adjust production runs. Distributor strain. Smaller, Black-owned hair care brands might struggle with cash flow since they often operate on higher margins and depend on consistent monthly sales. Number 3, marketing and corporate attention. Boardroom panic. companies track sales trends weekly, so a sudden and sharp drop in a key category would lead to urgent internal meetings about why it's happening and how to respond. Possible changes. To win back trust, you could see sudden marketing pushes, deeper discounts, or public statements from brands. It might also spark conversation about representation, ownership, pricing, and ingredient quality. Number 4, social and political attention. A coordinated pause would get picked up by major news outlets as a form of economic protest, similar to boycotts in the civil rights era, showing the purchasing power of Black women in a very visible way. It could also spark debate about hair politics, cultural ownership, and who profits from Black beauty spending. Number 5, community level effects. Black-owned beauty supply stores or salons that rely on product sales might also feel a pinch, which means any boycott would need to be strategic, either paired with Buy Black, redirection, or mutual aid to support small businesses during the pause. If it were just 30 days, large corporations would likely absorb the loss, but they'd absolutely notice and respond, especially if it came with a clear message or demand. If it extended to 60 to 90 days, that's when real cultural changes could be forced, because repeated revenue hits start affecting quarterly earnings and shareholder pressure mounts. Then ChatGPT asks, if you want, I can calculate a rough dollar figure of what a 30-day halt would cost the industry based on current spending patterns of Black women in their hair care. That could show just how much power we're talking about. I said, of course, yes. Here's a breakdown of what a 30-day halt, if Black women collectively pause their hair care product purchases, could mean economically, based on current spending data. Estimated spending and 30-day loss. Annual spending estimates. Black women spend an estimated $1.7 billion annually on hair care products in the U.S. Another estimate puts annual spending at around $473 million, specifically in hair care. On average, an individual Black woman spends about $54.14 per month on hair care. Projected 30-day loss. Using these figures, if based on the $1.7 billion annual estimate divided by 12, that is $141.7 million. So approximately $140 million impact for 1 month. Using the lower $473 million annual figure, this is still an impact of $39.4 million, which is approximately $40 million lost in just 30 days. From per person spending, based on a $54.14 a month spending and assuming 20 million Black women in the U.S., the revenue impact would align closer to $1.7 billion total, but this reinforces the same scale. Key impacts: 40 to 140 million in lost revenue for hair care brands over a month. A sizable dent, especially for the niche and smaller Black-owned brands. Larger conglomerates like Unilever, P&G, and L'Oreal may absorb the short-term shock, but Black-owned and indie brands, often with tighter margins, will feel immediate pressure. Retailers such as beauty supply stores, salon chains, Target, Walmart, and others would notice decreased foot traffic and product turnover. Supply chain ripple effects, from inventory backlogs to adjusted production and marketing plans. Cultural and strategic ripple effects. This pause could spark corporate attention, marketing shifts, promotional efforts, or statements of solidarity, especially if the stop by aligns with a clear message. It may also amplify discussion around safety, inclusivity, ethnic hair care, representation, and equity in product formulation and branding. It could also ignite media interest in the economic power of Black women consumers and reinforce movements like the 15% pledge and the Crown Act, spotlighting demands for fair treatment and representation. And then there's a summary table. So the annual spending basis is anywhere between 1.7 billion to 140 million. Lower end. So in the long run. So if Black women pause their hair care purchases for 30 days, brands and retailers could see losses from tens to over $100 million, a considerable impact that would certainly be felt across the industry, especially at the smaller and community-focused level. What do you guys think? My understanding is that this is happening September 1st. I'm for it. Let's go longer. Let's go longer than 30 days. Let's go 90. Let's go 120. Let's do it. So that's what ChatGPT said. Amazing, right? The buying power. I'm for it. You see, I've even changed my picture. I got my natural hair out because I'm for it. Let's do it. And let's not just do it for a month. Let's make our hair beautiful and accepted. Let's do that. Let's not do the wigs. Let's not make our hair optional. Let's make our hair normalized, our natural hair. Let's normalize it. Let's do it. But let's see what others are saying and get in those comments and let me know, are you ready? Are you ready? Will you be stocking up? Will you be keeping and making sure you have a stockpile of it for that 30 days? And then when that 30 days is up, you'll go back to buying again? What's your plan September 1st? Well, I know my plan September 1st, and I'm hopeful that I will keep to being able to do my own natural hair for greater than 30 days. But I know that I will be seeking natural products. But without further ado, let's get into some of these stitches, and I'll come back on the back end.
September 1st, we are no longer buying hair products from any non-Black owned business. Starting September 1st, I just seen a video on this. It's a revolution that's happening. So if you're a Black owned business and you sell any kind of like hair products, anything, definitely comment down below, like, share this video. If you look on my page, I reposted the person. I tried to stitch the video, but I wasn't able to stitch it. But basically he was saying how our Black dollar is so powerful and how we can really shift the system. All we got to do is stick together. And everybody is in the comments that have already said September 1st is the date. So lock the date in. Listen, for 1 month straight, we are not buying products. Please, don't be. And I'm a beauty girly. Okay, I buy all the products. So look, September 1st for 1 month. We're not doing it. Only shop Black owned. Only shop Black owned.
Buying hair products for 1 month. This great idea came from this creator.
Imagine if Black women all across the world stopped buying hair products for 1 month, just one. Here's what would happen.
And it looks like it's going to be started on September 1st. So this sounds small, but in reality, it would shake the beauty industry to its core. Here's why. In the US alone, Black women spend billions on hair care every year. We outspend every other demographic in the beauty aisle, and that's not even counting the global African diaspora, from the Caribbean to South America to Europe to Africa itself. 1 month without our dollars means millions in lost sales. Store shelves start collecting dust, company executives start panicking, and suddenly the same people who ignored us, they can't afford to anymore. And here's the thing. Black women had thriving beauty traditions long before these brands existed. Shea butter from West Africa, herbal rinses passed down through the Caribbean, oils, clays, protective styles, all made and performed by us for us. And what excites me the most is that this is diaspora-wide. So we might speak different languages, have different cultures, but we are one people. Imagine the African diaspora, all of us uniting for this, for something this powerful. And if we make our own products, teach each other the recipes, and redirect our spending to Black-owned brands, We keep more of our money in our own communities. We stop paying for harmful ingredients and start investing in businesses that respect us. And we don't stop there. We track which companies hire Black women in leadership, which invest in our neighborhoods, which stop stealing our styles and selling them back to us. The recipes will be public. Now, I am very excited to participate in this boycott, and I'm personally expanding it to skincare too. I already make my own skin and hair products, oils, creams, lotions, so I can't wait to share what I've learned while also expanding my own knowledge. This is how our ancestors lived. They were in tune with the land and nature, so connected to the earth that they could figure out which plants heal the skin, which herbs strengthen the hair. I've been on my own journey to reconnect with that, and this boycott is another step in that path. The power is in our hands, our homes, and our heritage. The question is, are you ready to join us? This is lotion that I made all on my own at home. So we can do the same with our hair, and it's very easy, y'all. Hope to see you September 1st.
So there's a guy on the internet. He said in September we should all boycott the brands and see what happens. So I'm like, yeah, I'm on board, because for me, I feel like the thing that has grown my hair the most out of anything has been growth powders. So powders like the ones I've mentioned, and things like olive oil, avocados, bananas, like those things are actually free and cheap, and they actually grow your hair. So why do we use all these other products when we don't even know what's in there? And most of them are made by so why? So Apa, I am down for the boycott. Like, I'm gonna try it in September. And I just feel like there's so much you can do with just products from your kitchen. Starting with avocado.
So I want my hair to look healthy and black.
We can do the same hair masks.
Healthy, black.
Henna is good. It's a natural dye.
Yeah.
So
healthy, black, and very light.
So there's
such a great idea. It came from Del W. Boy. So imagine this, if Black women across the world stopped buying hair products for just 1 month. So starting September 1st at 12:01 a.m., this is what we're going to do. This is what's going to happen. In days, beauty retailers will panic, beauty supply shelves will stay full, social media floods with DIY hair care tips, and by day 30, the industry will know we are the market. So this is the question. Will you join in the no buy month? Repost. And when you do, put no buy month. Make sure to save this so you remember. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Like this video and stay in touch with me for more good things.
Imagine if Black women across the world didn't buy hair products for 1 month. Black women across the world didn't buy hair products for 1 month. And that's not just including extensions and hair pieces and wigs. That's also including the product that we go through, and the different products. When we're looking for a product for our hair, we go through so many different products before we find, if ever find, one that we like for our hair. Black women spend a lot of money in hair products, let alone weaves. We are the hair product industry. If we stop buying hair products across the world for 1 month, we would crash it. We would crash the industry probably within like a week. We probably would crash it in a week. 1 month, when we went back, there would be nothing to go back to. Yeah, they need us and we need them. The hair product industry is just, I think, because of who owns the hair product industry. We should be owning the hair product industry. Like, the people who own the hair product industry, who provide the most things for us, their hair don't even look like our hair. They don't even have the same hair problems, but yet they own all the hair stores. If the industry was owned by us, for us, we wouldn't be having this conversation. But imagine what would happen in a week. Imagine how much hair product you buy in a month. And imagine across the world, Black women not purchasing hair products? How long do you think it will take before it crumbles?
See, I told you guys we should be boycotting as well. Now, this gentleman came on and started talking about our black dollars and our women and our black hair care products. That is why my sister and I got into this business of having a beauty supply store, because we were valuing the black dollar. We understand our hair. We understand how far our money can go sometimes in a roundabout way, but you'll walk into places that do not appreciate you. And I'm with him on the boycott. You know, it's hard to go against the ones that are making it, selling it, and doing all these things and jacking the price up, and then treat us like crap when we go into their stores to buy hair care products or to buy bundles and buy wigs, you know. And so we have a beauty supply store, minority owned black hair care business, and they're all over. But sometimes we skip over them to go to these larger chains stores that treat you like crap. So I'm with him if that's what it takes, because we get no respect when we're spending our money to look beautiful, fabulous, to keep ourselves up. We get no respect. So I think it's about time. And I'm with it. Now, needless to say, I am still going to promote Two Sisters Beauty Supply in Columbia, South Carolina. But I get it. I've been seeing it happen. I grew up. I grew up as a kid in a cosmetology. My mom was a cosmetologist. She had a beauty salon and she had a beauty supply store. And I know she used to take care of her customers, and they would come back and they would buy from her. These were years ago. So I thought, hey, my sister and I, let's go into this hair care and beauty business, only to be shot down most of the time and not really get our customers in. And there are so many other black-owned beauty supply stores that you can cater to, that you can go to and support. And we will give you the better deals. But without enough of you supporting us, it is hard. So I'm with the boycott on September 1st. If you are, let's make some comments, back me up, support me or not. But I think we should do this on September 1st. In the meantime, if you do like that product and you are in Columbia, South Carolina, and you want to hit up Two Sisters, by all means do that. But essentially, I think this is a great calling that young man talked about.
Was going through all of your work is that beauty and hair products marketed to black women often contain the most toxic ingredients.
Yes, that is known as environmental injustice. So that's one of the, I would say, the most tragic circumstances that we're facing as a society, is that the people who are exposed to the most amount of toxins are low-income people and people in ethnic groups. And so some of these products that are marketed specifically to black girls contain some of the worst ingredients I have ever seen. And I think it should be outlawed. Like you said, the fragrances, the endocrine disruptors, these harsh detergents, some formaldehyde releasers. Formaldehyde's a human carcinogen. What place does it have in a beauty and personal care product? It doesn't. It needs to be removed. There needs to be better regulations and better protection for vulnerable populations.
I was doing some research and I looked at Harvard Health, and it said 50% of products advertised to black women contain endocrine disruptors, which are those disruptors that are going to impact their hormones, increase their chance of things like cancer, infertility, etc., compared to roughly 7% that are advertised to white women. And these endocrine disruptors can impact fertility and increase their chance of getting cancer. Why is that? Why is that the case?
I think it has to do a lot with the types of products that certain demographics would gravitate towards. So depending on your hair type, what kind of products you might need, there really is no explanation to why these toxic chemicals are in those products in particular in such high numbers. That's really the problem, is why is it more prevalent for those populations than others? And I think this is an ongoing societal issue of environmental injustice and to a certain extent, environmental racism.
It really is. Yeah, you said it's a form of racism and it's a form of sort of environmental injustice. Are people aware of this?
I don't think so. I think the vast majority of people are entirely unaware of this, and studies show it, because there are studies showing that the earlier you start using cosmetic products, the higher your chance of coming down with breast cancer. And the people who had the highest prevalence were African American females. So I think it's a combination of the fact that there is some level of racism, environmental injustice, but also a cultural and societal preference for certain products.
So black women are at the highest risk of getting breast cancer under the age of 40?
Yes.
What can be done about that, do you think? Is this something that the government have to do something about, or is it both something that we have to sort of increase our own public consciousness of and make better choices? Is there an easy solution to fix this?
I think if we wait for the government to take action, we'll be waiting for a long time. The cosmetic regulations in the United States were not updated until recently. And before that, the last update was when they were actually created nearly 100 years prior. 100 years had gone by. No change to the cosmetic regulations. None. Yet more and more products are being churned out without being tested, without knowing what the health effects are. And then later on, we see increases in all of these diseases that we've been talking about. So I think instead of waiting for the government, my goal and my purpose and my passion is to empower people with knowledge and solutions so they can take steps to protect themselves.
Is there a funding issue with black-owned businesses and sort of these black beauty products that is causal in all of this, in your opinion?
I think it really comes down to whether or not the creators of the products are aware of these risks and whether or not they are able to formulate in such a way that they don't use these types of ingredients. And I think that there has been a push for clean beauty, black-owned clean beauty. I've seen it. Could it get cleaner? Yes, I think so. So I think it's only a matter of time before somebody creates it. And so I'm looking forward to that.
Okay, guys, that's all I got from this video, or for this video, and I hope you enjoyed it. I hope it was as informative to you as it was for me. I'm looking forward to September 1st. I really am. Please get into those comments. Let me know what your plan is, if you will be participating September 1st for the Blackout No Hair Care Products. Also, please remember to like, comment, and share. And until next time, toodles.